Are we really that wrong about what heroes are good and bad? Yes, we are.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero Wars Central, and in this video I want to talk a little bit about the first day of hero ratings, rankings, whatever you want to call it, on Hero Wars Dominion Era. The Soul Atrium has been live for about 24 hours now. Those of you that have had the opportunity to dig into it understand most of the nuances of it. We're not going to explain any of that in this video because we've already done 2 videos about it and we don't need to do it again. I thought that I would open the 11 free crystals that we received here. Yeah, we got 10 in the mail yesterday and then 1 more in the mail today as an apology for starting late. Thought we would do that, and then I thought we would discuss the ratings for the best and the worst heroes, or the highest and lowest rated heroes anyway. Let's first knock this out. We're going to open up the 10 here. And as you can see here, my gameplay is a lot smoother. I did turn on hardware acceleration, which is a noticeable difference. And if you are familiar with the frequently asked questions that the Hero Wars Dominion era community managers posted earlier today, you understand that this is the big fix. Okay, got 2 of the legendary drops. Very cool, very cool. You also saw in that frequently asked questions drop rate chance, and how many soul crystals you can have. Turns out it's 365. It's all in the frequently asked questions. Go check it out for yourself if you would like. But let's take a look at the most popular heroes and the least popular heroes. These are not the best heroes. This was never about what heroes are the best and what heroes are the worst. It's never about that. This is about the popularity of the hero. And if you've already taken the time and energy to rank a hero up to orange +4, you're probably not gonna, speak ill of the hero unless you're one of the very few accounts that has been around for a long time, like myself, and have leveled up several heroes, several iterations of tanks and healers and damage dealers, and you have a pretty good idea of the game. Even then, you should know better that, basically every hero can be successful with the right team around him. There's no unbeatable team. There's no such thing as a meta team or the best team on defense or offense. It just doesn't exist. This is a popularity contest, and even the lowest rank hero can be successful. Case in points. There are not many tanks here. There are 11 tanks, and the lowest rated tanks are all 4.3. You see this? You have Chaba, Machine Shroom, Ziri, and Julius and Luther. Now, a lot of you will say that Chaba and Ziri are the worst tanks. I don't think that you would all say that those 5 are tied, or 4 or whatever are tied for the worst. I would imagine that a lot of you would not put Astaroth at 4.8, which is the same as Aurora, right? I imagine that a lot of you probably don't feel that way. In fact, I think that some of these tanks have more utility than others, but that's opinion based on personal server bias. Of these, I would probably say that Chaba is the least popular, but there's a lot of people that really love Chaba just because of that. I think Ziri and Mushy and Shroom and Julius, they're probably the lowest because they have the least amount of representation as far as player base. And I'm not going to repeat myself with all of these reasonings over and over and over for each of the different roles. I just thought it would be interesting to point out. Now, another one that is hilarious is this right here. Now, everybody is just in love with Dante, and rightly so. He's abusing some of the game mechanics to become invincible for a large portion of the fight, and I don't mean like figuratively invincible. I mean literally invincible. You can't hit him certain parts of the fight. 4.9 is, I think, the highest that I've seen any of the heroes. I don't think anybody has a perfect 5.0, and Fox at 3.8 is over 20% lower. That being said, I do know a good number of Guild War teams, both in the Gold League and in the top 20, top 50 Clash of Worlds teams that use Fox, and not just in the marksman and placement. Fox is the least popular here. Dante, no surprise, is the most popular. Surprisingly, though, that Astrid and Lucas is as high as they are. Ginger as high as they are. Our Artemis is a surprise, as well as, I guess, Ju is pretty necessary. Though I think that Ju potentially should be higher than Dante because he's the only one out of these that are necessary, though maybe not maxed out, right? Let's see. The least popular mage is Peppy Lilith. Looks like Peppy and Lilith at 4.1. And the most popular is Iris. Yeah, it looks like Iris is edging out Celeste. No surprise. I'm actually surprised that the twins are as high as they are. Judge, I'm not surprised there. Satori, I think, Heidi's popular because it's countering Dante. Faceless, really, I mean, without Kark, like, what are you doing with Faceless? I know that there are some great mage teams with him, but definitely some cute counter teams you can throw in there. Counter heroes, 4.8, Arachne the highest. Yeah, I could see that. Darkstar the lowest at 4.2. That's surprising. Jorgen and Leon in second place at 4.6. Okay. Most popular hero, of course, is going to be Martha. Martha's the only one out of this entire list that you have to level. The least popular is Marcus. I think that's because he's the least understood. Also, he has the least utility out of all of these heroes. Martha adds the speed up. Thea has the shields and the speed up. Dorian has there's some utility in every single one of these heroes, with the exception of Marcus. So I think of all of the roles so far, this is the one that is the most accurate. The healer one is the most accurate in my opinion. And that's all this is. That the things that I'm saying out of my mouth right now are opinion. And before we go into warrior and support, I do want to mention real quick that a lot of this is simple psychology. Whenever you're forced to fill out a survey for a reward of any kind, forced to fill out some kind of Google review or Yelp review or whatever, and you are given a reward, it is very, very simple that you're obviously going to rank things higher. In fact, it's very simple to just click the 5-star and be done with it, right? It's very simple. You got there, you want the reward, just click the 5 and be done with it. Very rarely are people going to actually take the time to vote less. They're just, it's just more likely. It's human psychology. If you're getting something, you're giving something at a higher value, right? So I expect that over time, some of these numbers will lower, and we'll revisit them maybe in a few days, maybe in a few weeks if they change dramatically. But with all that being said, Warriors, let's see. Yasmin is the highest, as it should be. Kark's in second, and Tristan is in last. All right. Tristan's one of those warriors that I think is underappreciated because he doesn't really bring a lot of utility. Same as Luther in the previous one, and probably could provide a little bit more if we can just find the right teams to put him in. I personally don't have any use for him. Strength-based warriors. It's a low physical damage output is what that is. Yeah. And then finally, supports. You have Sebastian and Isaac in the top two, right? Sebastian is obvious. You need both of those heroes. Of the entire list, there are 3 heroes in here that you absolutely need. And the worst support hero is Cornelius. No, I'm sorry. The worst support hero is Alvanor. I think Alvanor is the second worst rated hero in the game, behind Fox. I think that's accurate. I don't think anybody else is lower than a 3.8. I don't think I saw anybody lower than that. No. Yeah, so Alvanor is the second worst, and then Fox is the absolute worst rated hero. Makes me want to do a bunch of Fox videos, a bunch of Fox teams, just to show you how effective that she actually is, especially, with some of the interesting combos that you can throw with her. And just to kind of round this out, talking about the 7 worst rated and the 7 best rated heroes, I want to take a look at the Cosmic Battle results so far. Rufus, Dante, Yasmin, Iris, Helios, Kark, Sebastian, Isaac, and Amira Fafnir are currently the ones that are going to be banned from this PvP event. I am a little surprised to see Kark on the list and Isaac and Sebastian so low, but if Sebastian and Isaac ends up being banned out of this fight with Helios gone, you really only need Helios for Yasmin, honestly, and if Yasmin's in there, you don't need Helios, so whatever. There's going to be a lot of Arachne teams, a lot of Arachne tank teams. I would actually love to do an Arachne Fox team, just because I think it would be hilarious. But I think mage teams are going to run an absolute muck here. I think Satori is going to show. I think Satori is going to be the hero to have right now. That, or an Arachne team that people stand behind Arachne. Any heroes that can stack up behind Arachne that are still available. I think that's going to be what's going to end up happening here. Of course, we have another day before we get the results of the banned heroes, and we are going to be live streaming 30 minutes before the PvP event goes live. That is going to be at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. That's 1:30 a.m. UTC. Once the event does go live, we'll play it a little bit together, and look forward to seeing you all then. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.